and he gives you a big greetings, and he goes, "Ah, Bart, come on in and have a seat, and we've got lots to discuss." And he comes over to you, and he, gives you a big, great big beer hug. You can smell the ale on his breath, and yeah, exactly, just like that. Very awesome. Gotta get the arms. And he says, "Come on in." The bar looks beautiful. I mean, it's all wood finish. The tavern is literally beautiful. I mean, it's brand new, of course. And there's tables, all kinds of booths, all kinds of tapestries hanging down. It has a seafarer theme too, because of course he owned his ship company, and the theme is ships all over. It's sort of like a ship coming down from the ceiling into the grand dining area. All kinds of captain's wheels all over the place. Several are captain's wheels tables. Really nice.
Assuming this is all made from locally sourced trees.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, absolutely. That's why they have the loggers here, so they can build.
Yeah.
Are there spittoons in this inn?
Are there what?
Spittoons.
Platoons?
Spittoons.
Oh, spittoons. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. You just there's a there's a sort of like a rack of them at the door. You just pick one up as you go into the tavern, and you just take it right to your table. Yeah, absolutely.
That's both awesome and gross. That's amazing.
You're welcome.
It's a good distraction while I go look for.
That'll be the death of you.
So I guess I'm a little curious as to why Uncle Brock has summoned me and my worthy crew here to come hang out and be part of this interesting little venture. And since we're in a bar, I have to say this because I don't think I'll ever have a chance to do it again. Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
We can do some constitution checks in a little bit. Yeah, depending on how many ales that you want to indulge yourself with. Yeah, we can do some constitution checks later on.
Just be slow clapping for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I get my Cheetos.
Your uncle, though, he
Bruce,
gives
it
you.
looks like you're either having a stroke. I'm not sure what.
Brock greets you wholeheartedly. Greets all of you. There's not a lot of travelers, and he hasn't had any patrons outside of the loggers and the miners. So it's good to see fresh faces, coming into the sanctuary, and he takes you right into the.
Are these guys?
What's that?
Are these guys halflings or humans?
They're halflings, yeah. Well, whatever.
Okay.
Let's see. No, they're dwarves because Bard is a dwarf, so they are dwarves. So, yeah, of course he gives you the big dwarven hug and got his sign in his hand.
And he's married to half elf, huh?
He is.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's how us dwarves roll. We go up.
You kind of catch yourself looking at her a couple times.
Well, the age difference seems less important now, doesn't it?
Yep.
If he's a dwarf.
Brock looks over at you, Typhus, and says, I keep your eyes to yourself. She's all mine. And he just kind of winks at you.
Uh-oh.
I can't. Can I wink with the Oculus? I'm trying to wink. I don't know if it's doing it, but.
Just tilt your head, kind of like. Yeah.
So,
Head bubble.
Yeah. Get a lot of motion from that, yeah. I kind of look at him sheepishly, like he caught me red-handed, and
And of course, I have to give you that dude doing kind of look.
Your mom's hot. Just kidding. No, but seriously, I'm trying to change the subject. What can we do for you, sir? What have you brought us here to do?
And what is your name? I don't think my nephew has not introduced me to any of you. So why don't you all come inside and let's all sit down, have a few nice cool ales, and actually cooled from the stream, right down the hollow there. So everybody come on in and sit down, and we'll talk about it. I know what my nephew has told you. Look at Bruce just strolling on in. I love it. I love it. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Give that man 2 ales.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So he comes on in, and his wife, she has a whole tray of big, large steins, and puts them on the table. Everybody starts to indulge themselves with whatever you want. Wine, ale, anything you want. And, he asks you how your trip was. Ah, my favorite nephew. How was your trip, Bart? How was your trip?
That was pretty
mention
good.
the roads.
Well, yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to find the road.
So this would be a great time to RP. So why don't we all go over to the bar, and we'll kind of have some fun over here. Kind of pour it over here.
Oh my god.
Everybody go ahead and get your ale. And so, this is so cool. So Brock, he asked you how your trip was. So I want everyone, and we can start with you, Bart, and just tell us a little bit of what happened on your trip here to the sanctuary. So just give us a little bit of what happened. Did you have any fights? Did you have any monsters attack you? Any bandits try to collect any tolls on you? What happened? I'm all ears.
It's hard.
Well, we're not the traditional type, so most any type of danger that we there was actually a group of guys that were kind of being a little sneaky off in the forest, a little south of here, and we kind of try to avoid them. They looked, well, me being a dwarf and didn't really want to get involved with tall guys. And, my piece here seemed to be more to jump in and cause a ruckus.
Bandits?
But I corralled. Not sure. They might have been. Like I said, we tried to avoid them.
Well, it's the great thing about the sanctuary.
I specifically us holding you back.
Oh well, trying to be the proper nephew of my uncle. Don't get.
All right. It was. Our travels were too many problems.
And what is your name, sir? I do not think my please pardon my nephew. He's got the heart of a lion, but he's got the head of an anvil and a bag of hammers. I'm sorry he hasn't introduced us all yet.
No problem. I'm Tyke. Very good to meet you.
That's good to meet you too as well, Typhus.
These are my compatriots. Our bard. I don't remember his name.
Bard, what is your name over there, Bard?
Not working. There we go. What is it?
I think he said his name was
He stutters.
Sharif.
Yeah.
Is he a mute? Is
Sharif?
Sharif, that's right. Sharif. He's but he plays a mean.
A mute.
He's a mute troubadour. You think you see it all, huh? else did you bring me, laddie?
That's the only word he knows is no.
Who else did you bring me, Bart?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ray. I'm a...
Well met, Ray.
He's a human ray.
He's a death ray.
Every group has one. That's right here.
He's our token.
Whatever.
Yeah,
like-
so I'm.
Long walks on the beach.
Oh, I'm
Can-
Davison.
Yes.
Well met, Davison.
Davis.
Yeah, he's
So my
Yeah,
nephew tells
well-
me that you're all
just chilling.
just chilling, huh? My nephew tells me that you've all been adventuring for some time together. What type of adventures have you been on? Have you found anything good? Have you found any artifacts? Any types of swords or ancient relics? Come,
Well,
you
there
must
was
have
one
some
time-
stories.
No. There was one time looking for the sword of Schmidt, and supposed to be hidden in this cave up in Mount.
Mount?
And,
I've been there before.
Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, there. Yeah, when we got there, the blade with the hilt was still. We have a hilt with blade, unfortunately.
We let the bard use it.
The muted bard?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh my god, it's a miracle.
Oh my gosh, you can.
He's- I've been asking for water this whole time, you fool!
For 3 days.
Yes, for 3 days!
Sorry about that.
What a great punch. Yes.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Exactly.
Down the hall on the left.
He's actually going.
So
Yeah,
we've got.
and I guess we could tell. We could talk about that time that we went to the convent where Ray met Lady Lucy, but maybe we don't want to talk about that.
Ah.
What do you think, Ray?
Well, my wife's not around. I'd love to hear the story.
Lucy was almost as pretty as I am. And we hit off right away. It was doomed though, because, we had killed her parents not 2 days earlier. Accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they shouldn't have been dressed like that, jumping
Right,
out and
right.
scaring us like that.
Who knew that village was holding their annual costume celebration?
Oh,
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah. Luckily, our sword didn't have a blade, or it could have been really messy.
It was very convincing, to be fair. I think we were all genuinely a little terrified.
Yeah. I mean, that one gnomish illusionist that was really adding some spark to all of those costumes. I mean, it wasn't our fault. We
And I feel like his intentions were not entirely pure when he casted his illusions. I feel like he might have wanted us to do that. And
Definitely.
we should probably follow up with him at some point if we ever run across with him again.
Yeah, what was his name again?
Oh,
Bargnark? The gnomish?
No, it was like Leroy. I forget.
Leroy.
Leroy. Yes, Leroy. The
Leroy.
gnome.
Around that thing.
Yes.
Maybe he all told us each different names for himself with illusions.
He was very deceptive.
Interesting.
Was very deceptive.
Anyway, we got run out of Battown. And I will miss Lucy forever.
Yeah, I think we all will.
Well, you didn't love her. You didn't love Lucy.
Lucy. Lucy wasn't her name. That was her nickname. Anyway.
I wrote a short song about it. Here is the tale
Oh, let us hear
of
it.
old. Run in with a nun named Lucy. And little did they know that the name was not simply a name. Well, I'm still writing this in.
Get some more water.
Yes, that's right.
Bravo, bravo.
Yes. I'm a beginning.
Roll your wits.
To be honest.
Bravo.
Yes.
Encore.
Encore. Yes. There are many things I'm missing about our journeys. Yes, there are many grand tales. Yes. You know, the tale on Mount Mountain. We looked for a sword wielded by a man named Schmidt. When we found the treasure hold, we found a piece of I need to go back to writing that. This family establishment is not. I don't want to offend.
Well, in the middle of nowhere, so I don't think so.
Well, on that note, let's come around the table and we'll talk a little bit about while I have you coming here. Oh, hello down there. And I thought I was short as a dwarf. Love it.
Born on the little wee side.
Yeah. He's a tad bit sneaky sometimes.
Back to the roads. Oh, we don't need roads.
We don't need roads.
We're gonna have to call you Davison. We're gonna have to call you Small Fry or something. Aye. Wait down there,
He's
laddie.
very tall for his people.
Aye.
Get this man a tiny horse.
A riding dog, actually.
It's like a short sword is a two-hander for him.
That's what she said?
Whoa. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now.
Word of a phrase.
Family establishment.
I must have to write this down. Yes, more notes for more songs.
I'm never getting invited on an adventure again.
So, laddies.
Yeah, you invited us.
What is my nephew told all of you about why
Yes.
you've all been invited here? What has my nephew told you? Anything?
He hasn't told us very much. I know you're doing well here, sir. This pattern is definitely fine. Brand new at that.
Aye. She's coming along quite
Do
well.
anything for my man Bert over here.
I've
Saved my life dozens and dozens of times.
big plans on the Moonhorns, my friends. The sanctuary will grow. So please, everyone have a seat. And he pulls chairs out. He's hurriedly trying to pull chairs out for everyone. Helping you guys get under the table. Calls his wife over for some more, for some food. Tells you, you've been on the road for a couple weeks. It's time to eat. And he calls his wife over. Oh yes, and Clara, she starts to have a couple other servers from the back. You can tell that they're definitely kitchen staff, and they're bringing out quite a few plates of food. Lots of small hens stuffed with like a dressing. There's a couple game, like a turkey, like a rabbit. There's also some other haunches of ham and some ribs. All kinds of different meats, vegetables, fruits, cupcakes, and your uncle. You know that he's he likes to live the life. And Brock, he spares no expense, and this is a special occasion. This is a special occasion to Brock. He's got not only his favorite nephew here now, but his nephew's friends. Which and then he goes on to saying it. We can all benefit from the sanctuary, and over time we all will. So the first thing that I really do want to tell you is I do appreciate you all coming all the way out here, because it is a rather large distance to travel to what you're accustomed to traveling. And unfortunately, I am going to apologize about this up front, but unfortunately, I hope you all brought your tents, because as you can see, we're still building onto the tavern in the middle of nowhere. We're going to try to make it the tavern and inn in the middle of nowhere. So it's some hairball idea that Clara had, and when you're as old as I am, you don't argue with the women. You just do what they say. So I hope you guys
luckily,
brought
since
your
we've been
tents.
traveling, it's we've got some gear. We've been traveling a little while, so we've got some gear. I think we should be okay.
Totally fine.
So I told my nephew
over there. I think we can set up there.
by messenger several months back. A lot of investors have invested a lot of coin and a lot of silver and copper and gold into building the sanctuary. And of course we are in its infant stages. But what we have here is going to be remarkable. We're going to build a metropolis and center it around the sanctuary. And this is going to be no easy task. And I've been appointed as not only as I guess you could say, a mayor or a councilman to oversee all of the operations. Well, I can't do this by myself, you know. I have to have other people under me to make sure things are getting done. And that's why I've invited not only my nephew, but all of you as well. And there's been some discussions on pay between, you know, the investors and myself, and we will be paying you a weekly compensation. I'm not sure how much you usually make as adventurers, but we're willing to pay about 5 gold a week for you to not only to, you know, help around here, but also be any kind of enforcers in case we get hit with any of this so-called banditry or that goes around. And we've had a few run-ins within the last couple of days with some of these nature folk or druids. Strange folk. Kind of remind me of tree huggers. But that's a story all on its own. Aye. Sorry about that, I had to cough.
Altercations turned violent?
Aye, nay, no. No, they seem to be pretty peaceful, but some things just aren't right. Got a message.
I get it.
Aye. A couple days ago, we got a message from one of these druids, and supposedly there is a claim that this land is sacred ground, and that it is now being disturbed as we, the lumberjacks and the miners and you and I, as we all encroach into the sanctuary. Oh, this music is beautiful! Hey! Great job over there! Keep it up, huh? Keep it up, mates. Hey. But we've got this message, and unfortunately we've disturbed something. I'm sure all of you have seen those mysterious stones in the middle of the sanctuary.
Yes.
Well, aye. Well, those stones, it seems like those stones are probably the problem that we are having, because this druid. It's kind of funny. I dropped a piece of paper and I tried to avoid the GM panel in front of me because it's 3D, and I tried to get around to pick it. Oh my gosh, it's so great, so great.
Bump your virtual head.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Remember, if you die, virtual reality.
You gotta off yourself. That's what I heard. That's what I read in the. Yeah. You know, that's what I heard. You know, you gotta just plunge it right in your gut. But so
Take a shower with your PC.
Every DK2 comes with a katana.
with a sacrificial dagger or something like that. Nice. Nice.
I have disgraced my family.
Optional attachment? Take my words for it.
Bruce, no!
No, don't do it.
I will give you a second.
Awesome.
Not like this, not like this.
Not like this.
So there was a message from the local druids that have been here for some 500 plus years. And they say that this land is now tainted. And the land has been at peace for many, many, many years. And it's just it's disturbed now. There's an evil that is supposedly going to be coming from the forest or the Feywild, and it's going to wreak vengeance on all of us here. I honestly, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if this is some type of prank, or I don't know if these druids are serious or what. But I have not told anyone. I can't alarm the investors. They would they just put me in this position, and I just cannot afford the leisure to disappoint them so early in our operation. I mean, we've just barely begun to break ground. So I'm gonna need you to.
Do we know how many druids there are? I mean, how many people are we talking about here?
Some of the lumberjacks and the loggers say that they've seen several of them. Now, as for numbers, not a lot. But I do know that the one that was sending this message to whoever was in charge of is called Seneca. And that is all I know. But I do know that lore, legend and lore, and there is a druid grove west of here, maybe several miles into the woods. You may be able to find these druids and maybe find out a little bit more of what this threat can be. And what is this? What is this Feywild, this creature that's going to wreak vengeance? We have done nothing. We have done nothing but, unless he wants to wreak vengeance for the ore that we're taking, nobody has claim to this land. This is why we're here. So, my dear nephew.
Nobody knows.
What's that?
Nobody knows about this.
Nay.
The threats.
Oh, no.
I mean, does Clara know?
Clara knows. Yeah, she was the one that hand delivered the message to me. Aye.
Well,
So she's in
so
on
the
this.
druid gave it to Clara to give to you.
Actually, the message was put on the door overnight, and when my wife went out to change the waters in the morning, that is when she found the message on the door.
Interesting.
Aye, it is.
Did anyone see her finding this note?
But Chum, he does not not that I know of, but Chum does not know. Mr. Geesley, old Iron Pick, he doesn't know this is going on, and none of the other investors. And I honestly would like to keep it that way, if you catch my drift.
Well, sir, we're not much for violence, as your nephew has told you, unless it's accidental violence. We're very good at accidental violence. But perhaps we could go over to this druid grove and have a little chat with them.
I think that would be a great idea. What's that?
I think we should be really, really rogue about it and just sneak up and kind of survey the situation before we interact with them.
They're druids. They're not inherently evil, right? Probably. Yeah, we should.
They're tree
Is there any
huggers.
type
How
of
violent?
threat?
How?
Yeah, but if they're any type of threat, we need to have the upper hand. We need to know more about them before we interact.
Aye, they're tree huggers. How big of a threat can they be? What do you guys fight?
Yeah.
What have you guys been fighting? Slaughter rats?
I'm with your uncle.
Although, I do think we should speak to Clara, maybe, and I say this to the side, sort of out of earshot of them. Maybe we should ask Clara a little bit about how she came to that note. What do you guys think?